So I wanted to make a video on this Google Search API. I haven't used this I just found this API because I'm always looking for news articles and so forth. What I use the news articles is mostly like stock related to see like what kind of information is out on the particular stock I'm looking at. But this can actually be used for a variety of things. I use it for just stock purposes. However, I want to show this Google Search API off. I mean, it's a lot less complicated than actually building a scraper, like a web scraper where you're scraping news articles. So what you'd have to do, you have to register for it. Once you register, they'll send you an API key. You're going to take that API key and you're going to need that API key to do search results, right? So it will give you up to 100 free searches for free. So I'm pretty much not going to use it beyond that. But if you're using a lot of polls and stuff like that, I mean, as you can see, they have like a price plan. I'm not sponsored by them or anything, but I noticed a lot of companies use this, and the simplicity of it, it's pretty straightforward. So when you're pinging when you're doing a search result, you're pinging a server, it's sending you back this like information, right? And a lot of times that information is what we want to grab, and it comes in a JSON format, right? And these are some of the parameters that you have to use to pull out that information. And this would be, you could use this for a variety of things. Just like if I wanted to start a business and how many coffee shops are near me, you could get this like longitude, latitude, and like distance it out. So it's beyond just like stock uses, but how many competing businesses are in the area, right? You could just, a lot of times the uses are endless, right? And it gives you all the information, like where's it located at, so forth, how many are in the area. So pretty much everything that Google gives you. However, we're going to be using it for something a little different, right? So if you go down here to Python, make sure this is clicked on Python because we're using the Python version. You're just going to want to copy this. Make sure your Jupyter Notebook is open. Go to your CMD, Jupyter Notebook, right? Just print that, and what you could do, right, is if I run this, I'll get the results. However, if you go to this at the top there, look in some of the documentation. Documentation is really always helpful. This can be used for a variety of things. So make sure before you do all that, if you don't have it installed, pip install Google search results, right? So you just go boom. You can copy, paste. I already have it installed, so it's not going to do much. You can do this in your command line as well. So once this is installed, you're going to need this package, right? This works for Google, Bing, pretty much all the popular search engines, so it's very helpful. It's not just Google. So once you copy and paste that, you have like additional documentation that can tell you like all the parameters and stuff, right? So you can add these parameters. I'm going to actually pull 25. Actually, I want to pull more than that. Let me just pull 50, see what it does. So I'll just give you a quick rundown of like if you're looking for something. And I created like a little own version of it just to pull like a news article that I'm looking for. So if say you wanted to look at like AMC's movie theaters within, and the Q is your search result, right? Location is just Austin, Texas. You don't need to have this parameter if you're looking up news articles, right? You can, if this is the language, right? English. This is the country, US. Results. I'm gonna put like, you can change this around. Just say like 100 results or something, right? Whatever. How many ever results you want, right? And then it's going to use Google domain, and then I actually have mine's API key stored, but this is where you're going to want to put your API key. So once you sign up, they're going to send you an email. You're going to have an API key. You can just put that key in there in a string like this, or you can put it up like this in a variable. So once you have that key, you can run this result. It's going to take a second or so because this is 100 comparison to, oh wow, So if anybody noticed, that was really quick, right? That's a lot quicker than even like a search engine could. I mean, if you're trying to pull 100 results, that's pretty quick, right? So your data is going to come into a JSON format. So if you want to parse this stuff out, right? And I know this video is not so much on pulling JSON, right? So you have these main headers, right? And how you would use this is you'd go like results dot. Let's just look at like what results. Let's just like look at what results. Okay, so this is your JSON format, right? So how to parse JSON? You're going to do something like this: results. And just say we want local results. Let's just see what's in local results. You got to make sure this is in string format inside. Okay, so that's position 1 of, should be a lot more than that. Okay, so position 1. So I think that will give me an error. Okay, so every time you see a individual key, this is the value in that key, right? So say I wanted places, right? Okay, so now I'm in this particular, so I'm just going into this JSON format, right? So say I wanted the title, right? 0. Okay. Title. Okay, so that's the actual title of the place, right? And you can go through this like whole information. I'm not going to do it though. And this is just one way to use this, and you can find out all like the locations and so forth, right? That's how you kind of essentially would just, and you do like a for loop, like in range of 10, and let's print out all the titles, right? So essentially all the business names, right? And this will be I. Got to make sure you put the I index in there. Okay, so after 3 it stops, right? So if you ever run into errors, you can just put a try except block. There's a whole documentation on this, but that's how you get around an error. Of course, you should actually put the proper error in there or whatever. But these are the local 3 results that I came up with, and you could parse through this whole documentation. I imagine you have to go into this like pagination and like get the next page, but it's all there. So that's kind of a cool thing about it. I mean, as you can see, it's all in this documentation here, right? So I mean, JSON in the results, so you can like parse through it if you want to. However, in my particular case, I'm just using the news articles on this, right? So this is how I would use the news articles. So I would do my import statements, right? And you could put a date from to, right? So I'm just going to put from the October 1st, 2021 to October 10th, which is today. Okay. And then engine Google, and as I said, you can use any search engine. You just got to change these around. Search article that I'm looking for is AMC. I'm looking for the news. I'm looking for 250 results, and you can make this it's pretty large, I imagine. And then I'm using an F string. So this is just taking this from month, from day, and then 2 day, 2 month, etc. So this is just like what you would find in, you know, your search bar there, right? That's your address. So it's going to take all them news articles, right? Okay. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to print out where the HTML lives. So if you want an HTML format, you can see all the news articles that are coming in. So this is going to have everything since that time. So I don't think it will let me go to the next one, invalid API. So you got to look through some of the documentation on this, but this is where this JSON information lives. So you have the HTML and the JSON endpoint, right? And so I'm printing out the news results. And if you just want the title, you can erase all the rest of this stuff. But so if you just want the title, just keep the title, and you can erase these. So a snippet is just like the basic information and the date. So it came 3 days ago or whatever, right? And this will essentially give you a lot of articles. And if you're doing this for stocks, you can actually use this for any kind of like stock symbol out there if you're trying to just see like what kind of news articles are out there or whatever. And you want to parse real quick, just, you know, just do the title itself. And you can actually easily look through, get a good information, because usually headlines gives you a good deal of information. So I just wanted to put this out there. I thought this was very useful when it comes to like getting data from the web. So if you got any questions or anything, please leave me a comment below. I'll try to get back to you. But thank you very much for watching my video.